Students, we are starting from the topic Ohm's law. Myself Santosh Kumar and I am going to teach you physics of class 10. Today's topic is Ohm's law and we will learn about the concept resistance. So first, Ohm's law. Already we have discussed about the potential difference, that when suppose this is the conductor and this conductor means some conducting wire is there, and if it is not connected to any battery due to which potential difference can be applied across its ends, then if the wire is put isolated somewhere, we know no current is flowing through this. Why? Current means flow of charge in a particular direction. In this conductor, lots of free electrons are there in the room temperature only, lots of free electrons. Suppose these are the free electrons, but what is happening in the room conductor, room temperature, that they are moving in random direction. If this electron is moving in this direction, this tends to move in this direction, this direction. So all the electrons are moving in random direction. There is no definite direction in which the electron or the charge which flows in this condition. So what we are doing, we are applying potential difference across its end. How we will apply potential difference? By connecting this terminal to positive terminal of battery and this terminal to negative terminal of battery. Suppose V potential difference is applied across its end. Due to this potential difference, what is happening? Electric field is created. In class 10, the concept of electric field you have to not go in detail. Only you have to know that when electric field, suppose charge Q is here and electric field E is applied, then this charge Q will experience a force QE. If this is a positive charge, then it will experience force in the direction of electric field. If this is a negative charge, it will experience force in opposite direction. So what you have to understand here, that due to this potential difference, electric field is created throughout its end, and this creation of electric field is created in part of second, because the electric field is created in the form of electromagnetic wave which travel with the speed of light. Sometimes it is asked how the current reach to our home from the power supply station within a second. This is because the flow of electron is very less, the speed of electron is very less, but the creation of electric field is with the speed of light, that is due to creation of electromagnetic wave. That's why all electron experience a force if Q charge, if this is the electron, so E into E, and electron is minus, so it will experience force in opposite direction, and due to this force all the electrons start to move in particular direction. So when electric field is created in this side, the electron starts to move in particular direction. This is known as current. So Ohms has noted that as we increase the potential difference, then the current which is flowing through the conductor also increases. If we decrease the potential difference, then the current also decreases. So he noted that when potential difference V is created, then current I will be created. As you increase V, I will also increase. So V is proportional to I. This implies V is I into a constant that is known as resistance. When we remove proportionality, we have to put here some constant. Here we put a constant that is resistance. So what is resistance? Whenever current flows, how the current flows? Because of flow of electron. When the electron move, already we have discussed this, that suppose this is the conductor. In the conductor there are many atoms. I am taking only 3. At room temperature the free outermost electron leave it. So when electron comes out from here, it became positive charge. This positive charge atom is known as ion. So it may be that some will lose their outermost electron and some will not lose their outermost electron. So those atoms which remove their outermost electron became ion. So if a conductor is there, this is the conductor, then there are many atoms which lose their outermost electron. So they became positive charge. Some are there which remain neutral. If these 3 are losing, suppose 3 free electrons are created, if this electron, when electric field is applied, this electron start to move. During the motion, you can see in the picture, they collide with the ions. The ions offer resistance to the flow of electron. This resistance offered by the ions to the flow of electron is known as resistance. Opposition offered by ions to the flow of electron is known as resistance. So this is the property of the conductor, that how much opposition it is offering to the flow of electron. Sometimes electron collide with electron also. So electron sometimes offer opposition to the flow of electron. So this opposition offered by the ions or the electron, when they are colliding with them, when the electron is colliding with them, this opposition is known as resistance. Now, resistance is property of conductor. So it depends upon the length and area of cross section also. The resistance, suppose it is denoted by R. If it is seen by experiment that two conductor which of same cross section area but different length, suppose its area is a cross section area, its cross section is area also A, it is of length L1, it is of length L2. So it is seen that if they have same cross section area, the conductor having greater length is offering more resistance. Also one more thing, both must be made of same material, of course. So if area of cross section is same, both are of same material, then that conductor which has greater length will have greater resistance. This is experienced by experiment. So first experiment was R is directly proportional to L. That's why in our homes also you can see students where greater resistance is required, we are taking conductor of longer length. Second, it was seen if two conductor are of same length but the cross section is different, both are made of same material. Suppose its cross section is A1, its cross section is A2, both are of same length L. So it was seen that the conductor having greater area have less resistance. So R is inversely proportional to A. Both conductor made of same material, both conductor of same length, but their cross section are different. So the conductor having greater cross section area will have less resistance. So combining these two, one formula is derived that R is proportional to L by A. To remove this proportionality, one constant is there, that is known as resistivity. This rho is known as resistivity of the conductor. Resistivity. So we can see, students, that resistance depends on length, it depends on area of cross section. One more factor is there, that is temperature. When you go in higher classes, you will derive one formula that rho is m by n e square tau. So in short, I want to just give you the idea. This tau is known as relaxation time. Relaxation time means time between two successive collision. Time between two successive collision means when electron move, they collide with each other and with the ions. The time between first and second collision, the time between second and third collision, and if you take the average, that is known as average relaxation time. This is average relaxation time. So when we increase the temperature, this time of collision decrease. Time of collision decrease. When temperature is increased, time of collision decrease. You can see time of collision in denominator. So when time of collision decrease, resistivity increase. So in class 10, it is only asked how the temperature changes the resistance. So when temperature increase, average relaxation time decrease, resistivity increase, means resistance increase. So you can directly remember that temperature is directly proportional to resistance in case of conductor. If temperature is increased, resistance will also increase. Temperature is decreased, resistance of conductor will also decrease. So these are the things related to resistance. One more thing, resistivity. From this formula you can see rho is equal to RA by L. If you take area as 1 meter square and length as 1 meter, then resistivity is equal to R. So you can define, student, resistivity is the resistance offered by conductor of area 1 meter square and length 1 meter. Simple definition. Resistivity, if it is asked, what is resistivity? Resistivity is the resistance offered by the conductor having length 1 meter and area of cross section 1 meter square. What is the unit of resistivity? You can see unit of resistance, SI unit of resistance is ohm. Area is meter into meter, that is meter square, and length meter. So it is known as ohm meter. So SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. Now one more term is conductivity. Only you have to remember this term, conductivity, denoted by this, that is inverse of resistivity.   resistivity.                                                                                                            So if it is inverse of resistivity, then all the things which is happening with resistivity the things will change, become just opposite for resistivity. Means if with temperature resistivity increase, then conductivity will decrease. Clear? So what is happening with resistivity, just opposite will happen with conductivity. Unit of resistivity is ohm meter. So unit of conductivity is per ohm per meter. Per ohm is also known as mho or Simon. So this is the SI unit of conductivity. Now we have to learn two things: combination of resistance. Combination of resistance. So combination of resistance is denoted by this sign. If any resistance is there, you can denote it by this side. So resistance, suppose 2, 4, 3, any resistance is given, then you can combine the resistance in two ways. First is series and second is parallel. So what are the things which you have to remember? That when a resistor are combined in series, when a resistor are combined in parallel, what are the things which we have to keep in mind? See, suppose I am taking simple example, two resistors are there. Two resistors. First we are talking of series combination. Series. Two resistors, one is R1, one is R2. If only one end is combined, and the other end is connected with the battery, another end of two is connected with the battery, then you remember that the two resistance are in series. Clear? Parallel. If two resistor or more than two resistor, both the ends are combined with each other. One end is connected with another one end with second one, and in second one end is connected and second end is connected, and the common points are connected with the two ends of the battery, then this is known as parallel combination. So whenever the two resistor, you have to understand whether they are in series or parallel. You see the combination. If only one point is connected and another ends of the two resistors are connected to battery, then they are said to be in series, like this. If both the ends of one resistor is connected with both the ends of another resistor at a single point, and that single point is connected with two terminal battery, then that is said to be in parallel combination. Now, if the total potential difference is applied is V. In series, you must remember that whatever current is coming from the battery, that will move as it is throughout the battery. Means in series combination, current will not change. This you have to remember. Series combination, current throughout the circuit is constant, but in parallel the total current what is coming from here, whenever there is a point junction, this is known as actually junction. In junction the current will distribute according to the value of resistor. जो टोटल करंट बैटरी से निकल रहा है वो जो भी जंक्शन आएगा, जंक्शन मतलब जहाँ से दो रेजिस्टर कंबाइन हुआ है, उस पॉइंट पे अब ये टोटल करंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होता है. यहाँ करंट कांस्टेंट नहीं होता है. अगर रेजिस्टेंस ज़्यादा है तो उससे कम करंट पास होगा, रेजिस्टेंस अगर कम है तो उससे ज़्यादा करंट पास होगा. तो सपोज I करंट डिवाइड्स into I1 and I2. Again, when there is another junction, again they will combine and become I. These things we have to remember. First, that in series whatever current is coming from the battery, it will not change throughout the circuit. In parallel, the current which is coming from the circuit, it will distribute among the resistors according to their value. If their value is less, more current will flow through it. If value is more, less current will flow through it. And the current, again they will combine at the junction and become whatever current distribute here, I current has distributed, again when they combine it became I. So I am writing here, current get distributed. Second, here the voltage is distributed. Voltage or potential difference is distributed. Here potential difference remain constant. Whatever potential difference is applied, that will appear across R1 also, that will appear across R2. Means the applied potential difference will appear across the resistor in parallel. But in series, if V is applied, then it will distribute. Suppose V1 will appear across this one and V2 potential difference appear across R2. So this V will distribute, and it will distribute such that the potential difference across R1 plus the potential difference across R2 will be equal to the applied potential. In this case, in parallel, the total current will distribute in such a way that the current through R1 plus current through R2 is equal to the current coming from the battery. These two are the important things which we have to remember. In series, potential difference is distributed. In parallel, current is distributed. And in series, current is constant. In parallel, potential difference is constant. Now from here, from Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. What is this V? Total voltage applied. So this is equal to total current into total resistance. So V is total current, that is I, total current coming from here. And suppose total resistance of these two, we have to find the expression for total resistance, is R equivalent. Now V1 from Ohm's law, V1 is current through R1 is I, and resistor of this is R1. So it is I into R1. Now V2, by Ohm's law, V2 is current through R2 is I, and resistor is R2. So you can see we can take common I. So R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2. Now if there are more resistor, more than one, then for suppose 3 resistor, R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. If all resistor R1, R2 have same value, suppose R1, R2, R3 is equal to R, then you can see R equivalent is equal to R plus R plus R, that is equal to 3R. So if there are n resistor, not 3, for n resistor in series, what is the formula? For 3 resistor 3R, for 4 resistor 4R. For 5 resistor, 5R. For n resistor, n into R. So this is the important result which will help you to solve question in the NCERT book given in the last. Now we will derive the same relation for parallel also. Now in parallel combination, from Ohm's law, what is I? V by R. So I is equal to total voltage by R. So if total current is there, so this will be total voltage, this will be total resistance. Total voltage by total resistance. I1, what is potential difference across I1? V. And what is resistance? R1. For I2, I2 is flowing through I2, R2. So what is the